Hey, what's up? Oh, the chat's working. Cool. Is it working here? Should be. Oh. Where's the chat? We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Thought I'd do a quick Q&A. Yeah, coffee would be nice. And yeah. I don't know why the chat is working. Once yeah. Hopefully this won't take too long. It's been going up pretty steadily. Trying to see why the chat won't show up on this screen. Hey, that's cheating. We gotta get some new subscribers. Oh, there we go. Well, that was quick. It's 2 p.m. Now those are just, well, that's weird. Okay. It's going to go up and down. But, yeah. Do a Q&A. Talk about some stuff. And then I got some things I got to do this morning. How's everyone doing? Oh, yeah, I forgot I did that. Cool. Let me see if I can get a background on that chat. Me? No. Why does the chat keep disappearing? Why don't you just stay there? Yeah, I'll have to think of something to do for 10K. I haven't. Got a few projects, but I don't know exactly what I should do yet. 5K keychain is pretty fun. Go. I have a whole bunch of them actually. Because I always order way too many. You guys don't have to subscribe to the other accounts. We can just let it naturally happen. And that way. So the best thing about subscribers is that you want reoccurring views. So you want to know that the people that are subscribed to you are actually watching your content. Because, you know, if you have a channel that has 100,000 subscribers and only 1% of them are actual viewers, then it's, you know, they're not like real subscribers, you know. Just gonna put in a color source behind that. There we go. Hey, Electro guy. How's it going? I don't have anything specifically for the 10K, but because I've been working on so many other things. So, I don't know, we could come up with something, or got just a bunch of small projects that I want to get done that aren't specifically for the 10K, so I don't know. Hey, Noah. Yeah, it's pretty early, 8 a.m. I seem to be doing the early live streams, but kind of cool. Could maybe work on something, but I don't have it all set up, so it's kind of funny how it goes up and down. There we go. I have the dimensions, but no, I haven't done any other footprints for the other programs yet. There's probably like some converter, like Python script or something that converts them to other programs, but so I was going to look into that. And plus get some other people to just make them, people that are more familiar with other platforms. An air horn. Yeah, my dog would go crazy. Thanks, Deep. pretty cool. I have I wanted to do I wanted to do a so my Instagram a little while ago hit 5K, and I thought of a cool project that I'm still kind of working on, but it's making like basically making my own image sensor, like very low resolution camera, like pinhole camera. So the whole thing will be 3D printed. And I'll make the circuit board, and there'll be no image sensor in it. I'll do it like manually. So that's something that I'm kind of working on right now. Yeah, it's fun to make those little counters, and I've still got the YouTube play button. From 1,000. It's not plugged in right now, but I don't know if you guys remember that one. I don't know who was around for the 1,000 subscribers. How long ago was that? Let's find out. Plug it in. I don't remember what it's programmed to do, actually. It's getting hot in here. Put the fan on. Oh, yeah, it's saying. Oh, I was using it for a video. I wonder if I still have the firmware for that. If that fan isn't too loud. It gets super hot in here in the morning because the sun just beats in. And I gotta go turn the air conditioning on. That is, yeah, it's scrolling text, but I think it just says PCBWay.com because I was using it for when I made that little commercial for them. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll just make one for Eagle then. Any projects that went horribly wrong? Nothing horribly wrong. When I was making the, actually I have Christmas ornament. Here's one of the 3D printed cases. The 3D printer was not doing well, and they kept screwing up. That was pretty annoying. I didn't know if it was actually going to ever print, and I was running out of time because you know how long 3D prints take. But I got working eventually. We'll see. There's obviously projects that I haven't finished. They're like in the middle of stage, sitting on a shelf. I was working on like a boost controller for my car to control like the turbo boost, and I've got one. It probably works, but I just never like programmed it. So I had the circuit board made and everything. And I'll probably just redo it because I still want to make one. It's a cool idea because it's one of those things that's really expensive to buy, but really cheap to make myself, and like not that complicated. So yeah, they just stuff on the shelves. I can grab some of it and show you guys. So I was just gonna build a. So here's the boost controller. This is super old. Like this is one of my first circuit boards I built, and see here, there's like a valve that I can control with PWM. This was a little test board I was making, and then here's a little 7-segment display and like a what's it called, encoder. So you could set the boost level, and then this would go in my car, and it would control the solenoid valve, well, the air valve, to only let certain pressures go in. It has a pressure valve on it. I mean, it's good to go, but I mean, I don't really like the design anymore because it's kind of not great to mount in a car. I'll probably make them go in a gauge. But yeah, this is something I've never. You can't really find it online. I think it might be on hackaday.io, but it's just an old. It's an Atmega 328, and yeah, I don't think it has any firmware on it. It's built and just sitting on a shelf. What else? This is kind of cool. I stopped the Bitcoin lottery. Never won. Didn't make it rich on the lottery. There's nothing in here. Okay. Need to find where this actually is. Actually, I have a. There's another project. Oh, this is kind of cool. Yeah, you can totally make some hardware, program it. Hardware's getting so cheap to make that it's totally worth it. Yeah, it wasn't mining on a pool. It would have just found an entire block if it was lucky. So this was a little project that I never completed, but it would have been really expensive, so I was trying to see if it worked first of all. But it's just like I was thinking of making like a wall of a whole bunch of these in line, and they'd basically be like neurons. So I was thinking of doing a neural wall where these would behave just like a brain neuron, and you would do like one side of them was like inputs, then you have these all in a grid all the way, like hanging, and they're all powered, and then you would have some type of output, whether it's like saying someone's name or like maybe someone could talk into something and the signals from the microphone would tell them whose voice it is, and then the output would be their name. So you train the network using these individual neurons. And yeah, they're just, the concept's kind of cool, but I never got around to it. So there's just, I have boxes of these, like, I used to have a lot more, but there's just like components in here for this project. Often I scavenge them for when I'm like doing something new. But sometimes it's just like, you know, got a bunch of batteries. There's stuff everywhere, and I kind of know where it is if I need it. If I need it for something else. Yeah. Show some other stuff I got hanging around here. Hey Nablush. Hope I said that right. How do you add more hardware to a Pi? Do you mean for mining, or do you just mean in general? So the Pi has, you know, the I/O, right? So you can connect things to those pins. But if you're thinking mining, you can just... It's not the best platform for Bitcoin mining, of course, because you can't run too much power through them, like through the USB. And they're pretty limited, but yeah, you could just get more Raspberry Pis, like some people are mentioning. Escape the Matrix. Yeah, I went to university. I went to McMaster University. I got my bachelor's in automotive technology, and then from there I did my master's in mechanical engineering, but my project was like building an electrical sensor and mounting it on an engine and using neural networks. So it wasn't so much mechanical, it was kind of everything intertwined. Raphael, what do you think are the programming languages worth learning as a maker? Well, you know, obviously, one of the easiest that has the most documentation for when you're actually building things is like C++, or, you know, if you're programming an Arduino, there's so many tutorials that use that language that it's worth it to understand how it works, because there's so many people that talk about it and have projects made based on it. So if you're just, you know, if you just want to learn how to make things and it's not, programming isn't like your main desire, then that's obviously the best place to start. And then when you start getting more programming, I really like Python. But obviously, there's so many that I'm not a programmer, so I enjoy programming, enjoy learning. I break down people's code and try to understand it. But there are people that know a lot more than me, so, you know, C++, C, Python, those are the three. Those are what I use, basically. You have three B pluses, but don't know what to do with the other two. Yeah, I got Pis all over the place. And when I need one, I use one. So you'll come up with something. Yeah, you could set up a server. I like to have one always running, so I can just SSH into it if I want to mess around with Python, because it's easier. I'm on Windows on this computer, so I can do CAD work, and I like gaming and stuff sometimes. So then I can SSH into the Pi, and I can play with scripts and stuff like that. So I've got one always running on my desk back here. Just a Pi plugged in. My next project, well, I've got a couple of projects on the go. I'm actually working with some YouTubers, which is really exciting. Some like big-time YouTubers. And you'll see those videos come out at some point. So the next project I'm going to release, I've got a couple more that I was going to do with the module, but they've been I've been working on them slowly, so I don't know if they'll get out by the time the Kickstarter is done. I'm going to do something with this cool giant OLED display. I have a kind of a cool idea to make like a serial terminal that is battery powered for when you just want to like connect something quickly and see what the serial inputs are. It's something I would find useful. Let's see. Most expensive project? Let's see. Was asked, what is your most expensive project by far? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, well, I mean, the Pixel, obviously, I was selling them. But in terms of cost, if you were to build one of these and using like components from like Adafruit or something, they're really expensive because of all the LEDs. But they're getting cheaper, right? So that's probably the most expensive single piece of hardware. I'm looking around trying to think of what else I've made. Yeah, because most things, sometimes there's like one component that's really expensive, but I'll use it for different things. So, yeah, maybe the Pixel. When I was doing the balancing robots, this was one of my first projects, like the PityBot balancing robots, which kind of got me into doing this stuff. And I made a bunch. I made like 10 of them for my school, but it was really early on. I didn't know about where to find the cheapest components, so those ended up being really expensive. But I didn't pay for them because they paid for the hardware. So whatever the hardware cost, they bought it and I assembled them. So those were pretty expensive. Let's see. Yeah, JavaScript is something I never really tried to learn. I should, obviously, but I'm doing a website, so I'm learning like Ruby on Rails, just so I can get the website going. I'm learning how to do like databasing and stuff like that, because that's something I never really learned in depth, and I want to be able to run the website myself and like make sure all the databases work. And I want it to be a user website, so it's actually going to be pretty cool. I think you guys might be interested in it when I'm ready to release what it is. Yeah, I really like house automation too. I've got a whole bunch of ESP8266s that I'm going to turn into battery-powered temperature and humidity sensors. So I'm going to like place 2 of them in each room in my house, and then the plan is to have like a 3D printed vent cover that can actually control the AC and like control the flow of air to each room in the house and see if you can make the whole house more even. That's something that's in the woodworks. Yeah, to learn more programming languages is basically you find some tutorials and yeah, and just find something you want to do and then figure out how to do it using a tutorial somehow, and that's kind of the best way. BME 280. I was just going to use the cheap. I wasn't even sure if I was going to use humidity. I was maybe just going to do temperature. 280. also I wanted them to be like really cheap because I want to do like 20 of them. So that's another factor. Okay. Pretty cool. Cheaper the better. My favorite YouTube channel. So the Monkey Mind, that's my favorite YouTube channel. It's a good question. No, not my own. Definitely not my own. I enjoy putting videos on mine, but let's see. Let's look through my subscriptions. I have a lot of channels. I don't know what my favorite would be. Some of my favorite YouTubers. Let's see. I watch a lot of like woodworking YouTubers. Yeah, I do like Tested, but a lot of their stuff is. I don't watch a lot of their videos actually. Like I watch a lot of Adam Savage one day builds, because those are great, obviously, and it's just kind of like people working. Jimmy DiResta is obviously a great channel, but again, not electronics. So it's interesting. I watch a lot of like woodworking, metalworking, and stuff, but not too many. Well, not strictly electronics. Frank Howarth, he's another woodworker. It's probably stuff you guys aren't even that interested in. If you're watching mine, they're less connected to mine. Let's see. Just looking through here. Applied Science is a pretty cool channel where you can learn a lot. Doesn't post too often. See, I like watching channels that I can just put on and keep working while there's like something to listen to in my head. So yeah, Cody's Lab is really good. Again, it's like more chemistry and science, but then I watch some like random stuff. Everyday Astronaut. He makes really good content, and I like watching the like SpaceX and the live streams of the launches, stuff like that. This old Tony. Yeah, Paul Jackman is good. I watched some machinists. Avon 79. He's really good. Matthias Wandel. He's actually. Might go and see him today and get some tools from him because he's moving, which is kind of cool. Oh, a really good channel is what is it? Oh, ClickSpring for sure. Amazing craftsman. I think Wintergarden. I think that's how you say it. He builds like he built this crazy like marble or ball bearing powered music machine, and he's working on a new one that's like even better. Awesome inventor. He's super creative, and he builds stuff like with a similar style, doing laser cut and CNC wood. Let's see if I missed any questions. Do I have any plans to visit Shenzhen? Yes, I would like to at some point. I don't know when. I always find that I've got so much going on, it's hard for me to plan trips like that. I have a pretty good friend who's from there, and I almost went with him when he went last December, because I think that would be the best way, since I'm not, since he would know a lot of he could be like helpful when I'm there. Yeah, so at some point. Great Scott's good. Max int R&D. Let's see. Solar powered ESP8266 in my window for a year or two. It died. Okay. Yeah, probably the low voltage killed it. Yeah. If a lot of batteries will have its own will have a cutoff circuit built in. Maker Man. I think someone mentioned before. I mean, there's lots of channels out there. Oh yeah, it's got some cool stuff. I did do woodworking in high school a little bit. But I wasn't, so in high school I wasn't really into making stuff that much. I like cars. I got my first car like for free, this old Volvo 240, which got me into Volvos, and now I've got like an 81 souped up 240 that I'm working on. But I love working on cars and stuff like that, so I knew that was my interest, but I didn't really get into making stuff until university. Hey, Cerebral Dad. It's going? Yes, Winter Gotten. People say it. I do watch Lions Tech Tips. I just like it to see what kind of stuff is out there. I don't watch like every video, but when they pop up and it's interesting, or it's like, you know, I like the idea of building computers. That's enjoyable to me, but so I like to see what's out there. I need to build a new computer soon, once I get the money for that. Yeah, the electronics are really cheap in Shenzhen. Fortunately, right now, Canada doesn't have the tariffs like the U.S. has, so if I order stuff from China, it's still cheap for us. But if I order stuff from U.S. and they've ordered from China, then that's where the price increase is. Yeah, I'd love to go. Thanks, Maxint. Maxint? I hope I'm saying that right. Pretty cool. I don't know how long it took to get from 1K. Actually, I can look it up to 10K. I don't remember when I got 100 subscribers. It was probably a long time ago, and it's probably just like friends. Someone wants me to stop doing YouTube because everyone hates me. Well, I don't think so. That's all, yeah. It's okay. He's just causing conversations and just wants attention. Is there any chance of collaboration? I don't know. That would be really cool. I enjoy his channel also. And it's funny, whenever I reach out to people like YouTubers, they tend to get back to me. So, like, if I was planning on going out there, you know, I would definitely try to meet up and do something. It'd be fun to do a project while I was there. I mean, this is all hypothetical. I have no actual plans to go there at the moment. Yeah, he's gone. So, yeah. I would love to do a project while I was there, and it seems so cool to be able to just like go out and get the component, like look at the components before you buy them. John Raymond, so why did you go to Shenzhen? What was the purpose? I always forget to post things on Instagram about doing a live stream, so I'm just going to do that right now real quick. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm doing a live stream on YouTube for my 10,000 subscriber milestone. Come check it out. I'm doing a Q&A. See you there. August 15th. Yeah, I wanted to map it at 10, 100, 1,000, 1,000 and see the difference. Why did I delete his chat? He was just a troll. He didn't really. I just like shadow ban him because he's got no worthy input. If he was contributing to the conversation, then I could tell that he would never contribute anything. Not worth talking about. Let's see. It's funny though, he's probably like the first troll I've had in the chat. So props to him for that. Yeah, it can be flat, but also it's just like it'd be cool to see like the time spacing. So that's a good mark. I probably didn't grow much from August 15th since 100 subscribers. So yeah, I found messy. I've got like phones all over the place. Am I gay? No, I'm not. But it's not very relevant to the channel, so. But I guess it's a Q&A, so I didn't say specifically electronics questions. The stuff relating to the channel is probably most important. Yeah, I like the SE. It's a nice size because it's like, and I'm starting to grow on bigger screens. Yeah, I could do. Yeah, I can show you what's going on in the channel. Right, let's see here. So I can kind of, there's not really a lot going on in here. Let's see, can I just turn this? No, not really. Maybe I could plug in another camera. Basically, this is most of the lab you can see right now. And then over here, there's just like a little bit more desk this way. And I've got the oscilloscope, power supply, an old school voltage meter, voltmeter. And I got all my projects on the shelves over here. You can just see the corner of it. And then just above my desk, I got two shelves where I hold like a big pile of Arduinos and different breakout boards and everything. Let's see. Yeah, trolls are kind of funny, but you know what's really fun is people that post really stupid comments or like troll on my YouTube. I love, so like it's really easy to shadow ban people on YouTube. And it's really funny because, you know, they don't know that their comment's not being seen. But like, it's like if you post something really dumb on the channel, you're probably never going to be like supportive or you're never going to post anything useful if your very first comment is like something really stupid. So it's really easy to just like shadow ban them, and then they think their comments are still being shown, but they're not. And like, you're just putting them in a dark room on the internet, and they're just yelling as loud as they want. No one sees them. Let's see, do I have... Yeah, my desk is... It's pretty messy right now, but it can get way worse. Do I have a NAS? No, that's on the list. I was thinking of doing a free NAS on my own PC, but I haven't gotten around to it. I really need to. I want to build a new computer. This one's really slow, and I want to build just like a small case, and then have like a server set up where I can put all my projects on the server instead of working between the laptop and the computer. It's something I'm working on. What do I think of Anki? Cool company. They do some interesting things. What's cool about them is that they make cool toys that are really innovative. So, you know, I got the school, my school got me one of the Cosmos early on to see if I could do anything. And so like I played around with that a little bit. I didn't use it too much because it's not that useful. So basically, yeah, it's a cool company, and it'd probably be a great company to work for. They're very innovative. Yeah, you'll get to 1,000 in no time. Got some cool ideas. Let's see. Hey, Makerman, how's it going? Someone recommended your channel earlier. Let's see, what's the difference between SAMD and AppMega? Well, performance and, yeah, 32-bit floating points. And built-in native USB, which is awesome. Which is very useful. Yes, I have the... I do have the DS 1045Z, and I'm pretty sure I did the firmware hack, which bumps it up to 100 megahertz instead of 50. Yeah, I would love if Linus helped build a server, but I think he only deals with like people with like hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers. He's out in BC also, so we're on different sides of the country. What skating tricks? Like skateboarding? Yeah, I haven't skateboarded in such a long time. That's actually a project I was going to do. The channel Braille Skateboarding. I was talking to them maybe a year ago, but never got around to it. I wanted to build a circuit board or Arduino skateboard. So like make circuit board custom made and then like glue them together. So I get a whole bunch of circuit boards, epoxy them together or something, so that it's strong, and then put the trucks on it so they can skate it and see if it like breaks. And that's still not off the table. I really want to do that. And it's not too difficult either, and it would just get like, just the whole thing would be made from some PCB company. Yeah, I could document that. Figure out a way to like show my new setup. I love how the subscriber count keeps going up and down. It's kind of funny. It's probably one of you guys, isn't it? What's dangerous? See if we missed any other questions here. Yeah, they make, it wouldn't be too dangerous. It would just be a flat skateboard with trucks on it. They do way worse things. It's a pretty cool channel. They're fun people. I used to skateboard a lot, but thank you. I'm sorry I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thanks for the congratulations. Yes, I used to skateboard a lot, but as I got a car and was going to school, and kind of stopped doing it. Use it for transportation sometimes, but not much anymore. You're predicting another troll. I don't know. It's kind of funny how those two showed up around the same time. What else do I have going on here? Oops. Sweet. 1 second. BRB. back. What were we talking about? More trolls. It's funny, I never even wonder where these people are coming from. They're just like, maybe it's the Q&A title. We should also get some like moderators at some point. Maybe I could recruit somebody if you felt like being a moderator. Hey, now we're jumping between 10,001 and 10,002. It's pretty cool. And the Kickstarter is still going well. I don't know where we're at. It kind of slows down around this point until like the last couple of days. We're almost at 200 backers. Pretty cool. Just 2 more to go. And I think I know a couple of people that will be backing. I know someone that will be doing the 100 tier, so that's pretty cool. Still got to work on that. Anything else you guys want to know? Got any more questions? Favorite Linux distro? Not really. I just no favorites, but the most used is probably like Debian, just because of Raspberry Pi. Yeah, I just don't have a favorite. I've tried out a bunch. I used Arch Linux for a while. I was using it on a Pi for a bit, but it would really easily corrupt the SD cards. So it's kind of frustrating. How do I deal with component stocking? So I mostly order for the project I'm doing. So when I do a KiCad project, I'll put in the DigiKey part number into my KiCad components, and then when I export that to DigiKey, it'll tell me where that component, like the component name. So it's so that way, when they arrive from DigiKey, I can just look at the board and know where to place my own components based on their names. That's the easiest way to do it. But if I'm building just one of something, often I'll have the components, most of them, from previous projects. I'll admit my component stocking is really, like, it's not well organized because I have project boxes. So I know what I've used in the past, and I'll just, if I need to take something out of an old project box, and I'll do that. And every so often I'll like consolidate everything. So I'll order them, yeah, basically project by project basis is the best way to describe it. No, I'm not going to be building the Sammy modules. Depending on how many I do, depending on how many I'm going to do, I'm either going to have my friend who did some of the Pixel displays do them, or have PCBWay do the assembly. It all depends on cost, but I still need to add the bootloader, so they need to be shipped to me. So I'm going to be putting the bootloader on every one, and then putting them in like a little box and shipping them off. The component list is on Find Chips, I think. Let's see. Pixel. Yeah. I think that's the component list, minus the LEDs. Yeah, I do have a few neural network projects. Some to do with like identifying colors. Let me post a link in. Does that work? Yeah, also, so doing one with colors, maybe some like image identification. Neural networks are fun, they're just fun to play around with for sure. Yeah, PCBWay can do the bootloader. I like to do some of the stuff myself. I prefer to do everything myself, really, because when you're ordering like 1,000 of something and there's a problem, you're delivered the problem, and it's like harder to fix, right? So if I can do the stuff here and I discover a problem in my own process, then I can fix it partway through. Whereas if I have someone else do it, the problem can't be fixed. But it's, they're all things I'm looking into. I have contacts at PCBWay, and I've worked with them, and I trust them because I've actually done stuff for them as well. So I haven't actually had them assemble anything for me before, so this will be a new thing. But they can source all the components and then they give you a price, or you can source the components for them and send them to them. And yeah, they make the PCB and then they assemble it. It's pretty cool. And there's a few companies that do that. And like I said, I haven't done it before, but this will be a new thing, and I think it'll go really well. Working with TensorFlow, yeah, I hear lots of people. It's been pretty popular lately. Oh, cool. Recently releasing microcontroller with hardware support for TensorFlow. The work was just I made them a video, like basically a YouTube ad that they could um, use as advertising on YouTube. So I just made a quick ad showing like the projects I've had made at PCBWay and saying they're quick and whatever, and that was just like a job. That was so that wasn't like me. They just paid me to make a video for them, basically, which was pretty cool. It's always nice to work with a company that you're always dealing with, because you know, if I'm always ordering boards, I can they can give me discounts and things for the boards and all that, and it just helps out. It's one of the first was the first one. I really like OSH Park. The reason why I started using PCBWay was because of the shipping from the US and the time. It ends up being pretty close to the same cost. I haven't checked in a long time, but if you're in the US, OSH Park is amazing because it's super quick, super easy for them to ship to you. But shipping to Canada always kind of like takes longer and costs more. So the fact that I'm able to get them from PCBWay in a few days is really helpful for like my workflow. If I was in the States, I'd probably be using OSH Park all the time. You just found this looking for Minecraft Q&As. Well, that's YouTube for you. Yeah, I just kind of I haven't actually used JLC PCB before. Should probably look into it, but again, I'm a person that likes to stick to familiarity when I've got a bunch of these things going on, just so it's easier. But yeah, it's worth looking into. Is there an order limit for pick and place? Like the amount of components, you mean, for PCB assembly? I'm sure there would be a limit, at least in terms of cost, because you know, the machines can only hold so many. But I think they've got some. I mean, they've got some large machines that can hold a lot of components, I would imagine. The Anet A8 is working well. I think my build plate might be warped. It's still working as good as it needs to. I don't ever do anything that needs to be super tight tolerance. Just quick prints, quick simple prints. But honestly, I'd really like to purchase a new printer that's kind of just set and forget kind of, and is more it's more rigid. So I don't know. It's not really a super important purchase at the moment, so I'm just looking around slowly and trying to decide. Yeah, I could get an MK3. Again, I need to weigh the pros and cons and the price and everything. Also, I was thinking of just getting another cheap, small one for my office, because right now the printer's downstairs and it's on its own like desk with the material and stuff. But I thought it'd be nice for when I'm printing really tiny things, something I need really quick, to just have in my office, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I was looking at some of those cheap, those like single arm ones. I'm not sure their name. I think it might be the Ender 3. Oh yeah, I was looking at that. Yeah, they look pretty good. I was considering that, yeah, for sure. Don't get an M3D, why not? Wow, that's horrible. What, would they just come off the build plate? I've only had maybe... Oh, okay. That would be annoying. I've had maybe like 5 or 10 failed prints or something weird happened, but I think most of the time it was a G-code error. See you later. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Thanks for being a subscriber. Often I'll catch the error, so like the reason why I'll catch the error on the build plate like early on, and those are generally the only reason they would fail. But I found that it was actually the G code that was the issue, and I don't know why it happened a few times, but the error happened twice in the same spot for a few of them, so I just figured it was the G code, so I just reloaded it and it printed fine. Anycubic delta linear. Yeah, deltas are pretty cool, but I can see the setup being more difficult. Yeah, I really like the looks of these Ender 3s. For the price, they look pretty great. Cool. Yeah, I really like the Prusas. There's so many printers out there. Ideally, I'd be able to get another one for like a review unit or something, or I can make a video. That's how I got the Anet A8, because they wanted me to make a video with it, so, which I mentioned in the thing, so that was nice. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have bought one, because at the time I didn't have any use for it. Thanks, Pratik. Hope that's how you pronounce your name. I really appreciate it, and thanks to all of my subscribers for helping me get to this point. Why is the C10 better? Bigger? It's much more expensive. Oh yeah, it's huge. No, I don't do too many huge prints. Reason being is if I'm going to print something really big and it's going to take a long time, I'll generally just get it done at like Shapeways or something if I know that I need it to be perfect. Because I worry about giant prints that would take like hours and hours. Mostly because I don't trust the Anet A8 to run all night while I'm sleeping. I think that's the biggest issue. So if I had a more reliable printer, I'd probably do bigger prints. So yeah, it's like a toss-up, because if I want something really big printed and it's gonna need a lot of intricate parts in it, it's nice to have the material from Shapeways. How do I approach the people for reviewing products? Well, most of them, I don't really review things. They'll reach out to me and be like, "Hey, do you want something for our site, like GearBest? You know, we can send you something, use it in one of your videos, and put the link in the description." Sure. Or they'll say, "Do you want to review this?" And I'll be like, "I'm not a review channel. Like, I don't like reviewing things. I'll make a cool video, maybe, with it." But yeah, so I've had some. That's basically how it goes. They email you to get a review or a video, and then they can put it on their page for that product. I think it was GearBest or someone sent me these like IoT. Who they made by? I think they're made by Anchor. IoT plug and the light bulb. And I told them, yeah, like I'll do a project where the lights do something, I don't know, and I'll put the link in the description. And then, actually I told them I wanted a different product because I could do something really cool with it. I had a really awesome idea. And then they said that it couldn't ship to Canada and they're going to ship the lights instead, which is fine. So then they ended up sending me one light and the plug. And I told them, like, the project I had in mind, which obviously when you have something in mind, like, it's hard to modify it. It needed, like, a few lights and, like, the colored lights. So I was like, could you just send a couple more and, like, so that I can actually make a cool project? Like, it's easy to just make a light bulb turn on and off. It's not interesting. It's not interesting enough for my channel, I felt like. So I'd rather have the ability to like control the lights around the house, or like do something cool where the lights change color based on like the TV or something like that. And these ones aren't color changing. So I only have one of these. They're like, yeah, sure. So we'll send a couple more. Never ended up doing it. So like, what am I gonna do? I don't really have any. I don't think it'd be cool enough to just have something plugged into a plug and then me program it to do that. It's too boring. It's too like normal. Yeah, the AA definitely has a fire starter reputation, which is why watch it carefully, but you also can modify it so it's safer. So, how many subscribers? Probably before I had. I don't know how many subscribers I had when I got the A8. Maybe like 2,000 or 3,000. I'm not sure. It's pretty cool. I appreciated that a lot because I wasn't out to look for a 3D printer, but it ended up making a lot of the projects a lot better. And I still have the link in the description, but I don't know. It doesn't give me any kickback or anything. ARM platform or Atmel platform? They're kind of the same thing. These, like the SAMD module is, well, Atmel's owned by Microchip now, which I made the mistake in the Kickstarter saying Atmel. So Microchip owns Atmel, and Atmel makes the ARM chip, so it's kind of all Microchip. But I like the ARMs for general purpose stuff. I haven't, there's no project specifically that I've done that, but I have done it in the past for different things. What kind of communication are you thinking of? Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's one of the best uses for the 3D printer. That adapter I think costs like $30 or $40 or something like that from DeWalt, and you have to order it online. So like just printing one of those is like a quarter of the price of the printer. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, a battery monitor would be really easy because you can just you could send a number, and you can do the command called parse int. You probably know this, but we'll talk about it anyways. Let's see here. So you can do the command that's called parse int. So you could just send out the number from the battery monitor, and if it's just a number, then it will immediately turn that number into an integer, which is pretty cool. And you can also skip characters. So that would be an easy way to do it. They subbed after me tweeting. Oh, cool. It's funny. I try to make sure that everyone knows about my YouTube platform on various things, but yeah. Thanks for subbing. I always forget to tweet also that I'm live streaming, but I think it went out. Let's check. Yeah, you can use software serial. It's slower, but it'll work in this case, no problem. Yeah, there's lots of ways to communicate. Serial's a great way to do it. It's not as fast as the other ones, but you can visually see what you're sending out, which is nice. Alright, we'll stay on for a few more minutes, and then I gotta start working on stuff. What? Do they? I don't know how that works. I've just got the streaming software taking the chat in, and then I don't have any sort of delay. Wizmow. Thank you. It's exciting. 10,000. Another milestone. Gotta do another project. Figure something out. I'll do 10,000 of something. No, that's extreme. Alright, Maxine. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for being a subscriber. And I'll definitely try and keep bringing lots of projects. That's a pretty big latency. I don't know what's standard though. If it's showing up in the video and your latency is almost 6 seconds, then it should definitely show up in the chat first. Right? Because then the video chat would be 6 seconds behind. And I need to do more live streams of building stuff. It's fun to do that. I enjoy doing that, even though it takes a little bit longer building it, but you know. What are you building on Friday? You doing a live stream? For me, it says we've been live for an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah. So we'll cut it off in a few minutes. But yeah, time flies fast. Oh, TensorFlow image recognition. Cool. I think I have a friend who's working on something like that right now. Building an autonomous robot. He's got some cool plans. We got a couple then. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to call it quits in 2 minutes. Chat seemed to have slowed down. But it was great seeing you, having everyone come out. And thanks for being a subscriber. Awesome. See ya. Alright, everyone. That's it for today. I got some boards I got to design quickly, get them shipped off, and a couple other things I got to design. So, thanks everyone who is subscribing, and thank you for 10K. This is awesome. It's a huge milestone. Channels with 10,000 subscribers are it's pretty awesome feat. I didn't think I would ever get here, but we'll see you at the next one. 100,000. No, we'll do some live streams before that. Anyways, everyone, take care and thanks for coming out. I'll see you next time.